All right, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, my name is John Simpson. Right now I'm 51 years old. I worked at AOL from May of 1995 to January of 2007, almost 12 years. And working at AOL was the first time I ever got on the internet at home.
Nice. So when was the first time that you saw or used a computer?
The first time I saw or used a computer was actually, I would say, in college, in the mid-'80s, because my dad owned a bottled water company, so he had a computer to do all the books, and he would give me his old Mac. So I was, I think, the only one at the University of Missouri in my neighborhood who had a computer, and I had a printer. And when I came to the U of A in 1988 to go to grad school, I brought that same computer and printer with me, and all my friends would come over to write my papers because the computer lab was always swamped with people waiting in line, and I could just sit at home and write my papers, and my friends would come over and use my computer to write their papers as well, to type it up. So we didn't have to go to the computer lab. So the first time I really used a computer all the time was in about 1985 when my dad gave me his old Mac.
Nice. What kind of Mac was it? Do you remember?
It was the second Mac, not the first one that came out in '84.
512.
So it was the Mac 512, and it didn't have a hard drive. So I booted up off of a floppy on the internal, and I had an external floppy for the program that I would run.
Nice.
And Mac 512. That was right, because the first one was the 256, right?
128.
The 128 that came out in '84.
So this one's a little deeper. Okay, so how has technology changed your life?
Oh my gosh. Everything I do is online. I work from home, and how do I communicate with people? Online. We share stuff online. We post stuff online. All of our training goes online. We teach through technology. If I'm not going to a site to teach, I am teaching remotely, where I share my desktop on a big screen from someplace in the country, could be anywhere, and then they hear me on the phone, and whenever I move the mouse on my computer, they're seeing everything. So it's through Adobe Connect, and how that works.
Using Adobe Connect, yeah, definitely. So, okay, what do you expect from future technology?
Oh my gosh, I haven't even thought about that. Where's that going to go in the future? I do remember watching that movie recently with Tom Hanks when he was in Saudi Arabia trying to sell this product, where there's a 3D image of him there, but he wasn't there. Maybe that's where it's going to go, where I can project an image of myself in front of others and act like I'm training right there, but I'm actually on a green screen at home.
Like Star Wars, right?
Exactly.
The Emperor's coming to talk.
Exactly.
It's just me saying hi.
You know, it's almost that way now, and I don't know if that technology's really changed much in the last 5 or so years. I just recently went through a training with Motorola, and the only thing he had that I don't have is there was a picture of him on on his board in the upper corner, kind of small 2-inch by 2-inch window. I was seeing what he would have on the big board up there, but I could actually see him physically talking. So
okay, what did you not see coming?
Smartphones. Working at AOL all those years from 95 to 07, I never saw that. There's a lot of young people, late teens, early 20s, who don't even have a computer. They just do everything on their smartphone. And they can Apple TV that smartphone right to a big TV and a remote keyboard, and if they have the right app, they can do everything, financial software, and browse the web and do everything right from their phone. So I see we don't have desktops at my house anymore. For the last several years, for at least a decade, we haven't had a house phone. And I'd say for the last 5 years, we don't have a desktop computer. There's 6 of us, my wife and I, and 4 kids, and there's 7 laptops. I have a work laptop, a personal laptop. Everybody has their own laptop. And so whenever we leave the house, they go with us. If anybody breaks in my house, they're not going to find anything, really.
Sounds like you got a big family. I have 5 kids myself, and I know how it is. You probably chat from computer to computer rather than go and say, hey, dinner's ready.
Sometimes we have to do that because I can't yell upstairs and downstairs. But I see eventually laptops going away and people just having everything on their phone, which is with them 24/7. And they just hook that up to it. If they're like me, I hate small screens, so I have a bigger iPhone like you. But they'll just hook that up to a monitor through Bluetooth or Apple TV and a remote keyboard, a remote mouse, and they'll just run everything on there.
Nice. Okay, last question. How did AOL change your life?
Got me on the internet for the first time.
Before the internet.
Before the internet.
It was really...
In 95, the first time I really got on the internet was at AOL. I mean, I had email even as far back as 1989, because I was a grad student at the University of Arizona from 88 to 94. Got my master's degree and almost got my PhD, but I got tired of school. But I had email there through Unix-based system, text-based email. And I remember emailing family and friends in 1990, 1991. Printed a few of those out and have them in my scrapbook. But the first time I actually got on the internet to see other things other than email was at AOL, when they gave us our work account and our free account.
Can you think of any specific skills it gave you that's helped you since?
Training development. Because I got into training pretty quickly within 2 years of working there. And from 97 to 07, that's what I did, training. And they taught us how to train, how to write training. I traveled all over, to Dulles and to various conferences where they trained us how to be trainers and how to be curriculum designers. And that's what I use in my current job today for the last 11 years, on how to present in front of people and how to write effective training.
Nice.
That people can pull down and teach themselves, for example.
So go ahead and introduce yourself one more time, John.
Hey, John Simpson. Worked at AOL from 95 to 07.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
You bet.